Right, so I'm sure we all know that bossing pays, but not every boss in OSRS pays the same, and not every boss pays well relative to how much you actually have to engage with the game to kill it. Some are money printers, and you don't have to be a god tier PvMer to be able to do them. People would say a couple of them are boring, but these bosses can quietly fund your account if you're going dry on higher end content. Sarachnis is a good boss to try if you're just getting into PvM. It's a bit of a test of where you're actually at with your PvM skills. There's no quest requirement to get it started. You can access the dungeon via the Xeric's talisman. The setup can be cheap. A fang is good, but you can also use a whip. You can also use blood burst or blood barrage if you've got the levels. And then there's a couple of simple prayer swaps. The fight itself is making sure you avoid the spiderlings. Just stick to keeping clean positioning and switching prayers when you need to. Once you've done a few kills, you will start to get the hang of it. The reason this is a good entry level boss, the drop table is loaded with alchemies, seeds and herbs. So the quote unquote bad drops aren't so bad while you're hunting for the big 1 or 2 items. The Sarachnis cudgel is a decent budget crush weapon, and the jar of eyes is considered a collection lore grind item. And of course the pet. A nostalgic boss, the King Black Dragon. For the longest time, this has been one of the most accessible entry-level moneymakers in the game. If you're going for the Draconic Visage, then good luck. But the rest of the drop table is decent. There's plenty of ways to access the King Black Dragon. You could use the lever at Edgeville, or you can use a Burning Amulet and it's a short run. He's in the wilderness, so obviously don't bring your most expensive gear. Bring anything you're happy to lose on that little run to him, but once you're inside you can't get killed. Bring an anti-dragon fire potion or a shield, and a cheap tank setup. The fight itself is extremely easy. You walk in, put on the right prayers, kill him in a minute or 2 and repeat. The KBD head can still be a nice bit of cash depending on where you are in your account progression. The dragon bones are always valuable, and the Draconic Visage, like I said before, is a lottery ticket. This one might be a bit more of a I'm bored, let me just kill KBD. You also might be chasing the pet, which is such a cool pet. I love this pet and I can't wait to actually one day get it. Every OSRS main has done Vorkath. A lot of them have hated Vorkath by the 400th kill, and some of them have loved it and they're on 4,000 kills. But majority of us can say that they've made a lot of money at Vorkath. This boss and Zulrah pretty much funded my account to be able to raid. To be able to do Vorkath, you need to complete Dragon Slayer 2. Once you finish the quest, you can return to the fight and fight him whenever you want. To do this, you need to take Torfinn's boat back to Ungale, if that's how you say it. A lot of people are very used to Vorkath, so they consider this boss a more of, I'm just going to turn my brain off and just make some bank. But if you haven't got to that point yet, I would definitely say grind out a few hundred kills, and you'll be very happy at how much you made. The reason he pays so well is the standard loot. Superior dragon bones are so expensive, and you get them every single kill. Dragon bolt tips, dragon stone bolt tips, and all the other things you see on this drop table are very valuable. And then if you're lucky enough and you do hit a visage, either skeletal or draconic, that's a good chunk of cash, especially for a player that's in the early mid game. We then have to talk about the next money boss, Zulrah. Vorkath is definitely turn your brain off while making some money, and Zulrah, until you're very used to it, is turn your brain on and pay attention. If you don't, you're either going to take massive damage consistently or you're going to die. The reason for that is because of the rotation. There's a lot to memorize before you're able to just get used to it and just casually do Zulrah. The fight cycles between 4 rotations of the 3 forms. The green is the ranged form, the blue form is the magic form, and the red form is the melee form. And your entire job is to know which prayer to flick and which style to use for each rotation. Zulrah is definitely good at learning PvM mechanics. After doing it a few hundred times, you'll stop having to look at the Zulrah plugin. Oh, by the way, use the Zulrah plugin, it helps massively. And then you'll be able to hop on, do some Zulrah kills like Vorkath and just make some money. She drops the Tanzanite Fang to create the Toxic Blowpipe, as well as the Magic Fang, uncut onyxes and plenty of other valuable common drops that just keep stacking up over time. In my opinion, Zulrah is more fun than Vorkath, mainly because Vorkath is pretty much just turn your brain off once you're used to it. Zulrah, even once you're used to it, is a bit more engaging in my opinion. I would say Vorkath probably pays more per hour, but I guess it depends on your RNG. You can attempt Zulrah at like 75 combat with a rune crossbow and cheap gear. If you want to enter the giveaway for a chance at a bond, be sure to be subscribed to the channel, like this video and comment down below a boss you like to do to make some money. Kraken, I would say, is a bit more of an AFK boss. To do it, you need 87 Slayer. This one's not a crazy moneymaker, it's more if you just like really want to chill and you're like mobile or something. The cove is north of Piscarilius. The fight is pretty much not even a fight. You click the whirlpool and 4 tentacles pop up. You kill them with a powered staff, then Kraken appears and you kill it. Prayer flicking isn't really needed because she's barely going to damage you if you're praying mage. You can literally do Kraken on your phone while you're watching something. It's definitely better for players that are early on in their progression. Callisto can be considered a high risk, high reward boss. Same with the other 2 multi-combat wilderness bosses. Callisto is the giant bear in around level 30 wilderness. It's in a multi-combat area so teams can just log on and destroy you. And that's probably going to be more of the threat than the actual boss itself. The fight itself isn't too difficult, especially once you learn it. Most of the challenge comes from avoiding its special attacks and dealing with the wilderness rather than Callisto itself. The kills take anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes depending on your gear. The Void Waker pieces is why you're here, but you can also go for the Tyrannical Rings, as well as the Claws of Callisto which are used to create the Urson Chainmace. But alongside the Void Waker pieces, there's a lot of valuable standard loot, a lot of things that you can alch and just raw GP. But the main catch is the wilderness. You will get attacked a lot. PKs are part of the grind. If you're comfortable with it, you can try to anti-PK them. There's plugins that you can use to help you not get killed. There's player wilderness alarm and player names. At the bottom of it you can turn on the PvP option and you'll see a red name on the minimap when someone appears. If you're on rate for any of the wilderness bosses, you're gonna make a good amount of money. The Void Waker gem from Spindel and Venenatis go for a lot, as well as the blade from Calvar'ion and Vetion. Kree'Arra is the flying general in the Armadyl section of the God Wars dungeon. To fight Kree'Arra you need 70 ranged, plus a 40 Armadyl kill count, or you can use an ecumenical key to get inside. These keys do skip the KC requirement. To get to the God Wars dungeon you can use a Trollheim teleport, run north through the pass, and then drop down into the dungeon. Then you climb up to the Armadyl section which needs a rope or a mithril grapple, plus a crossbow depending on the route you're taking. You're going to want to use ranged, blowpipe or boffer if you have them, full ranged void if you have it as well. Kree'Arra hits 3 styles simultaneously through his knockback mechanic, so you're going to want to protect from range. The drops you're looking for are the Armadyl helmet, chestplate and chain skirt, as well as the Armadyl hilt and of course the pet. Kree'Arra might be considered a mid to end game boss. Especially if you consistently kill him, then you might be considered mid to end game. A lot of people either love or hate the Phantom Muspah. To do it you need to complete Secrets of the North, and it's located in the Garrock dungeon, which you can access by the salt mines in west. The fight has 3 phases, ranged, magic, and then a melee shield break phase in the middle. All of the phases teach you something different, prayer swaps, movement dodging, and adapting as you go. This is definitely good at honing in your movement and overall game mechanics. You're looking for the Venator Shard, that's the big money here. 5 of these make the Venator Bow, and the Venator Bow itself is a crazy amount of GP. So even just one of these is a good chunk of cash for someone in the mid to end game. There's a bunch of other drops which aren't so bad, and realistically this is one of the better mid to end game bosses to camp, because the mechanics are very easy to learn I'd say. If you was at like base 70s, 80s in your account, then I would say this is definitely a good boss to start farming. To kill Alchemical Hydra you need 95 Slayer, and you need to be on a Hydra Slayer task. It's located in Xeyah. The fight has 4 phases, green, blue, red and the Jad style final phase. Each phase you flick between prayers, swap between ranged and melee, and manage the poison lanes on the floor. I would say it's a pretty well designed boss. To fight it you're gonna need insulated, brimstone or granite boots. Bring your best range setup, plenty of prayer potions and the willingness to actually learn the mechanics. Because Hydra does punish mistakes, but once the fight becomes comfortable it will become incredibly consistent. The drop table is loaded, but even before you see one of the big uniques, Hydra's going to be quietly printing you GP. But obviously 95 Slayer is sincerely a grind to hit, but once you hit it Hydra is very worth it. I'd say to find a boss you actually really enjoy farming. That way you're going to build a bank because you enjoy doing it. Don't go for a high GP per hour boss that you hate. Work your way up, find a few that you find comfortable and that brings you a decent amount of money, and then work your way to the harder bosses that print more. But don't do something you hate just because you see how much it can make. Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to enter the Bond giveaway. There's a link in the description if you want to join the Discord community. and one of these videos on screen might interest you if you enjoy OSRS. I hope you're having a good day, and until the next one, peace.